and I am from the Five Pillars Christian Church. I'm sorry, but I'll have to read it out for the fact that I don't want to miss out on anything. It's not that I have, time and again, we have put up on social medias, not now, but almost, maybe this war that has begun, it's almost 10 years, but I have been in the ministry for the past 23 years.
Sorry to interrupt you. If you could just please take down your flags for some time, that other people, those that are from behind, they'll be able to see it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Listen to you.
It's not that we have not brought this on record. It's not that we have never spoken. It's not that even the media have not pointed out to all these things. But yet again, these people who claim to be the anti-socialist, they time and again they bring up the same cases. Time and again they want to put up the same thing. We all know for what reason. The main reason that they don't want that the gospel should be preached. And that is the only reason that we are all here, to know that we have the right. We have the right to preach. We have the right to profess and propagate our beliefs. It could be any religion. You're coming from any caste, creed, any religion. You have your right. So I will read. And like I said, I don't want to miss out. Let it be recorded once again. Because y'all are my witness here. And I'm standing before y'all again to say the same thing again. So let it be recorded for all those who have come against registering again another false complaint against Pastor Dominic and Pastor Joan, which is wrong. Not that evidence has not been given. Evidence have given in every department. Yet they are trying to silence it out. So many media came to me, ma'am, please speak. But today here I am. I know the media is here. I will speak. So there are multiple criminal cases that are registered against Pastor Dominic and his wife, Pastor Joan D'Souza, and criminal prosecutions were carried out against him without any preliminary investigations. And they are made a victim of the police machinery. Following the command of our Lord Jesus Christ given to his disciple in the Holy Bible, New Testament, we Christians are a blessing to others, irrespective of caste, creed, and religion. Pastor Dominic and his wife, Pastor Joan, have been a blessing in several ways to the society of Goa. Be it in the social service, garbage issues, disability assistance, free ambulance services, and in the sports field. Today, if the Panchayat of Sodium is under a new building construction, is because it is Pastor Joan who has filed a petition before the Goa State Human Rights Commission on the dangerous condition of the disrepair state of the building. I will touch upon the complaints that were registered last year. There were 2 complaints that were registered last year. And it is the same copy-paste of the 2 complaints that were registered this year. So in May 2022, there were 2 false complaints that was registered at the Mapsa police station, which later that was transferred in the crime branch, alleging religious conversion and drugs and magic. These were the 2 on these 2 bases. There was also one more on sound permission. I have not highlighted, but that was also one of the reasons. Based on this, the arrest was made. The arrest was made and a criminal prosecution was carried out in the criminal case 126 of 22, 127 of 22. For almost 1 year, 7 months, both the FIR were kept pending without charge sheet. Remember that. It took for them to arrest us with a simple complaint, but for us to, when we went for a counter, it took them for 1 year, 7 months, they have still not charge sheeted. Added to this fresh complaint, they added another criminal case that was this year. That was 283 of 2023, which was registered on 31st December. Again, they are using the Christmas, I highlighted this last time. They want to use the Christmas day, they want to use the New Year's night. So again, this was on the New Year's night, 31st December 2023. where Pastor Dominic was picked up from his home at 2:30 in the morning. It was early morning when he was picked up from his house. This complaint was filed by whom? A Tamilian, an outside, who came outside. He's not a Goan. He's not from this land. Neither was he invited. Neither was he registered. None of these things were happened. But he's a Tamilian who registered this complaint. His name is Mr. Bala Subramaniam, a complete stranger who claimed that he has met Pastor Dominic and placed a false accusation of conversion against him. And I'm also a witness to this, a very big witness to this, because he was not there. At this time, he's getting ready to come for the service, which he was to be, it was a New Year service. So he was at his residence when all this thing is happening. Now these two false complaints was with all these two complaints that were already pending. There was no charge sheet and everything. Yet the police goes to register another complaint, another false complaint, which is a complete copy-paste of the Khobreker's case, Nikhil Shetty's case, and now this Subramaniam. Remember, these all three are not Goans. They are not a residents of Goan. They are the one is from Karnataka, one is from Tamil Nadu, and this is another Tamilian. Mapsa police carried out the arrest without verifying the evidence and the facts. Now, when the Panchnama took place, I was there. So that is why I come here to tell you what happened at the Panchnama. So during the Panchnama, in the presence of the complainant, so the complainant was there, the IO was there, the PIO was there, the SDPO was there. The entire footage, the video footage of what happened, which was written in the complaint from this time to this time, the footage was provided, as well as the video, what was the conversation between that girl who was present and that Subramaniam. Everything was provided at the Panchnama. Yet this Subramaniam, he could not place where he met Pastor Dominic and where he met Pastor Joan. The said footage with the audio conversation had been provided to the court along with the 65B certificate. Now this same evidence has been furnished in several departments in the public complaint, including minority commissions, state authorities. This is a total violation of our constitution with targeting only the Christian leaders and community. The false complaint has been rigged out deliberately to commence the externment proceeding against the pastors based on the report of the cases registered and not on the outcome of the cases pending counter cases or justice in malicious prosecution against the pastors. There are no conviction orders which permits the authority to label pastors as notorious criminal in the reports before the collector. In short, let me tell you, so today, now whatever they have highlighted about 8 cases, or let's say some reports say they have highlighted 6 cases. Let me tell you, none of them have a conviction of a criminal. For them to report that, this is a notorious criminality that was done. Previously, such allegations used to be made for vested interests, but the complaints were dealt fairly and in the interest of justice with proper investigation and fair inquiry reports were generated, which prevent malicious prosecution. And we have several of these reports on record. Like I said, complaints have been registered before for their interest, but never it has gone to this far. Never went to such an extent where today know that orders come for an externment of our own Goan brethren. It has never happened. Before there were complaints registered, but there was fairness in the reports. That reports today also serves a good purpose for our own cause. Like this ministry is not something like started about 2 years back or 3 years. Past 23, it is still established in Goa, in Sodium, in the village of Sodium. Ever since 2022, we can see such type of false people that are trained to file false complaints. They are trained to make allegations stating that they have come and entered our premises, that to total strangers, uninvited, unregistered, which are taking away our fundamental rights to even have a Christian church service in our own premises. These planned actions and malicious prosecution have derived us of our fundamental rights. Freedom to preach, freedom to practice and propagate under Article 25 of the Indian Constitution. as well as Article 14, which is justice and equality to law. It is a systematic step-by-step pre-planned activity targeting the minority Christian community, targeting them as an anti-national and second-class citizens in the state of Goa. Today, we, the sons and daughters of the soil of Goa, are being externed by a migrant or complainant. We cannot preach to our own Christian community our rights and fellowship with one another, to worship and to assemble in our own premises. This is not just an attack on Pastor Dominic and his wife, Pastor Joan, but this is a complete attack on a fundamental right of the Five Pillars Christian Church, as well as targeting the whole minority Christian community in Goa. As you've heard, the demands of the anti-social elements, groups that beside Pastor Dominic and his wife, there are many other organizations and associations of persons, group who are also engaged in religious conversion and preaching. So it is time. I request everyone to wake up. It is a serious wake-up call to all the Christians in the state of Goa. Thank you.
Thank you, Zenobia, for sharing with us some details of how Pastor Dominic and Joan have been persecuted. I next call upon Matthew Almeida, a young activist who releases a lot of educative videos and who likes to base his method after a good research, likes to research and base his method so to keep his points, to keep his views before us.
Thank you, Father. Today I was at my workplace and I got a call from another priest, and I didn't know why that call was, and I gave him a call after an hour. It was around 3:45, and he told me after the long conversation, I is gathering hamare Azad Maidan che tu hasna. I'm like, "Kaso gathering some human rights gathering is there." I said, "Okay, fine." He also said, "I don't know, I think it is there." So I called up Father Savi. I said, "Father, is there something on Azad Maidan today?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yes." I said, "I'm coming." Because I wanted something like this to happen. But I never imagined this is like another miracle that is happening, that I will be given a chance to speak on the stage. Thank you so much. This is the divine providence working in our life. Dear friends, when Rome was being burnt, Nero wanted some scapegoats in order to keep his political power intact. Poweran रावपाक आणि आपुणूच राजा कसो रावपाक आपणेनूच रोमाचें शार उलपायल्लें आनी तो गुन्यांव आनी कोणाचेर थोकूंक ताका कोण तरी जासलो आनी हाका लागून शांतीन जियोवपी, शांती वांटपी, दुसऱ्यांक मोग दाखोवपी क्रिस्तांवूच ताका मेळ्ळे. आनी तेन्नासून क्रिस्तांवांचेर खोर पिडापीड सुरू जाली. We are witnessing the same history being repeated. It's not that Christian persecution was not happening. But from 2014, not referring to any regime or anything, the fact is from 2014, Christian persecution has increased. And according to the reports of 2016 or 17 by the Human Rights Organization, United Nations, Christianity is the most persecuted religion in the world. From India, lot of non-Christian people, they go to European countries. हालींच गेल्या वर्सा रिपोर्ट आमच्या पेपरांचेर बायल्लो की जायते भारताचे लोक देश सोडून दुसऱ्या देशांनी वयतात. From the top 10 if you see, 8 are Christian countries, Christian dominated countries. And I always say in my videos, ह्या देशांतले अक्रिस्ती लोक जे आसात ते ज्या देशांनी वयतात थंय चड क्रिस्तांव आसात, थंय ते शांतीन जियेतात, आपल्या हक्का पासत झगडटात आनी आपल्या हक्का पासत झगडोंक ताका सुटका आहा. They have freedom to fight for their rights. They have freedom to build religious structures. And very soon our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, will be going to an Arab country, a Muslim dominated country, to inaugurate a temple, a Hindu temple, for the Hindus to worship there. जाल्यार आमी ह्याच देशाचे जावन आमचे पूर्वज ह्याच देशाचे आसूनय my ancestors and your ancestors have been there for thousands of years here. Don't we have the right as native citizens of this land to worship the way we want? If conversion, according to them, is a crime, the first criminal is Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, who made this provision in Article 25-26 and himself got converted. Dhruv Rathi is one of great influences in our country. He went to the Vatican, and while he was coming back taking a flight on Leonardo da Vinci Airport, he saw a book there, The Dirt of the Catholic Church, a book written against the Catholic Church just at the borders of Vatican, which is a headquarters for the Catholics, and the Italian country. That much freedom of speech they have there. Nobody kills the author there. But here, the mouth is shut. Here, even if you talk logic, they don't want it. Here, if somebody is in hunger for God, going door to door, here to there, maybe he lands up at Sankwal, maybe he lands up in Five Pillars Church, in the thirst and hunger for God. What is your problem? The basic understanding is this: you and I have not created each other. Haven ani tuven ekamekak rochung na. Tuven ani haven nu माझ्या पूर्वजांनी हो संसार रोचूंक ना. ना म्हण आमी दुसऱ्या मनशाक रोचूंक ना. मनीस कसो जल्मान येता ते आमी रोचूंक ना. It is not we who designed the plan of creation. जाणे रोचला तो ओगी आहा तो कोणाक जितो मानना. The one who created, he himself does not kill. Then why are you and I troubling each other? If the one who created us respects our freedom which he himself gave, should I also not respect your freedom because you too are created by the same creator? आमच्या देशाच्या फुडाऱ्यांनी जेन्ना हे संविधान बरयलोले, ही चिंतना घेऊन तांच्यांनी आर्टिकल 25-26 बरयलोली. आणि आयज आमचेर सगळ्यांचेर तो भार आसा. All of us have that responsibility to impart this wisdom that none of us are owners of the life of each other. None of us are owners of the freedom of each other when the owner himself is quiet and respects your freedom. भाडकारूच जोरीतोर आपल्या मुणकारांक सुटका दिता. मुणकार एकामेकाक सांगता कायदे कितें ते. जाल्यार जे पावरान आसात आनी जे पावरान येवंक सोदतात म्हणून धर्माच्या नांवार हें सगळें कोत्तात, तांकां एक संदेश आमी दिवंक जाय. प्लीज नेवर मेडल रिलीजन विथ सम अदर इश्यूज. Never mix religion with politics. It destroys the sanctity of politics. It destroys the sanctity of religion itself. Lot of things have happened in the name of religion in history. I'm a history lover. I'm doing my studies in history. Lot of things have happened. Today they are not pointing out to the politicians or to the kings and the emperors. They are pointing out to the religious institutions and religious leaders. And then they say religion is bad. But who made it? राजांक आनी हांकां तांकां बोटां दाखयनात, धर्मीक फुडाऱ्यांक बोटां दाखयतात आयज पासून. पूण जे धर्मीक संस्थांनी कितें जालें तें राजांनी केलें, जांकां पावर जाल्लो तांच्यांनी केलें, हें कोण पळोवंक वचना. तर हाचेरूच हांव सोंपयतां. दर एकल्याक आमकां आपल्या धर्मा प्रमाणे जिवंक सत्य आसा. आमी गोंयांत कांय बरीं आमी जियेल्यांत. भुरगेपणासान I had 5 best friends. 3 of them were Hindus, 1 was a Muslim, 1 was another Christian. Till date, they never felt that I am a Christian. I never felt he is a Hindu. आमी एकामेकागेर वयतात, भाव भोणां रावतात, एकामेकाच्या परबांक वचप, हें करप, though being convinced in our own faith. आयज वक्लां घालून पळोवचें पडटा. एके वाटेन तूं हिंदू, दुसरे वाटेन तूं मुस्लीम आनी ओकलां काडल्या उपरांत हांव क्रिस्तांव अशें पळोवचें पडटा. असली पळोवपाची नदर आमकां मेळना जावंक. जर कोण मानता तो कित्याक मानता तें सोजमोंक जाय, आनी जो कोण मानता ताका आपलो खूद विस्वास आसा म्हणून मानता हाचेर आमी एकामेकाचे सोबतेक आमी रिस्पेक्ट. वी हॅव टू रिस्पेक्ट इच अदर्स फ्रीडम because each one has his own conviction to believe what they are believing in, and that is why without making any discrimination and continuing to stay with love, peace and unity, persecution should not be done to anybody, be it Christians, Hindus, Muslims, anyone. Neither Hindus should be persecuted, neither Christians should be persecuted, neither Muslim nor Sikh nor anybody should be persecuted because they believe in a certain religion. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew, for such wonderful things that you have said and explained to us. Now I call upon Advocate John, who will share with us from the Constitution point what are our rights that the Constitution has enshrined for us vis-a-vis our freedom to choose our religion, live our religion, and propagate our religion.
Thank you, Father. Brothers and sisters, I am here with you all this evening for one reason. And that reason is that I love the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India may be one of the greatest documents ever written. It is the longest written constitution, and in my humble submission, the greatest. The fact that we are free to stand here on this stage and speak as we do is because of the Constitution. It is because of that Constitution that the office of the Honorable Collector, the Honorable Police Inspector, and all of the police are here to stand up for our rights. Let's give them a round of applause, everyone. We really appreciate them. They may not like what we have to say, but they are defending our right to say it, and that is the greatest feature of this country. We are here together because when we see attacks on constitutionalism, it breaks our heart. We are all one. We are all citizens of this great land. And it is the Constitution that gives us our right. Unity in diversity. It doesn't matter what religion you may be from. You may be Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jain, Buddhist, agnostic, whatever, it does not matter. Because this Constitution says, if you are an Indian, you have the right, and that right equals the right to equality. I'll just read out Article 14. The state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. To anyone who disagrees, you're not disagreeing with me, you're disagreeing with our great founders. After so many years of oppression and colonialism, we, the people of India, gave ourselves this Constitution. And it is time, as brothers and sisters of this great country, that we come together against these anti-national forces. These anti-national forces hate our Constitution, they hate equal rights for all, and they hate everything we stand for. We are not people of violence, we are people who believe in peace. We are people who believe in the rule of law. We believe that all of these institutions that are created to serve the people. It is not the government that is created to restrict the rights of the individuals, but it is the individuals who restrict the right of our rulers to go against the Constitution. When our rulers are doing right, we wish them well. We pray for our rulers. That is our duty. We are constitutional, peace-loving Indian citizens who have come here to exercise that right. But these rights were not won easily. They were fought after many years of struggle. And it looks like we might have to fight yet again. But truth is on our side. Justice is on our side. And the Bible tells that the truth will set you free. And in India, we all believe Satyameva Jayate. If you stand for India, if you stand for this great nation, for all its values, then you must stand together against the forces that seek to divide us. We are not come to support one religion, one group. We are here on behalf of the Constitution. The Constitution is the document which gives each and every one our rights. And beyond the right to equality, we also have the right, under Article 25, the freedom of conscience and free profession. Subject to public order, morality and health, all persons are equally entitled to freedom of conscience and the right to freely practice, propagate and profess religion. Now what does this right to propagate mean? It means if I am participating in one religion, I am free to tell somebody else about that religion. Now does that mean I can put a gun to his head and make him change to my religion? No. Because just as I have a right, he or she also has a right. But it is only when we stand for these rights that we will stand together. The future of our country is bright, but only if we stand together. In Goa, we've been divided for far too long. We let vested interests come between us. They try to divide us, saying that, no, you're not from that church, you're from this church, you're from that temple. It doesn't matter where you come from. That's the greatness. We have had so many people facing persecution needlessly. You've had the Sankwal church issue brought up needlessly. You've had the Qabristan issue for our Muslim brethren that has been denied for far too long. And most recently, you've had Pastor Dominic and Sister Joan. Despite the order of the Honorable High Court, when the previous collector had issued the unlawful 144 section, preventing them from gathering in their own home to worship, the Honorable High Court struck it down because of this article, stating in no uncertain terms that this was being blatantly violated. Today you have, okay, 144 didn't work, now let's try something else. Let's try to remove them from North Goa. Then you might have the collector, heaven forbid, saying that let's remove them from South Goa. Do you expect me to believe that somebody from some other place can come, make a false complaint where there is CCTV footage, and you're removing a Goan from his home? Is that what the Constitution means to you? Rule of law has to mean something. If we don't stand up today, then someday when they come for you, you will have no one to stand up with you. So brothers and sisters, my appeal to you is this. We have our freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution. That Constitution was given to us by we the people. And no politician, no hate monger, no anti-national can ever come and lecture us and prevent us from our rights. They are free to share their viewpoints, hateful as it may be. And we are here to speak and share the message of peace. We come from different worlds, but we come together as one people, one nation. We stand together. It brings such great joy to my heart to see my Catholic brethren here, my Protestant brethren here, my Muslim brethren here, my Hindu brethren here. We are not here to divide on the basis of religion. We are here to bring together. We don't want to divide. We want to unite because we love our country. We are here not because we are against our country, but because we love it so much. It breaks our heart. It tears us apart to see our great country. The founders of our country had to fight and even go to jail to defend the rights that we hold here. Let us not take those for granted. The freedom fighters gave their all for this great country and this great constitution. And it is my hope, my petition, and I beg each and every one of you, stand together with us. Stand for unity, stand for peace, stand for truth, stand for justice. God bless you all and God bless India.
Thank you, John, for sharing with us and reflecting with us on our constitutional right. I call upon Advocate Vikas to take the program forward.
Thank you, Father. So nicely to see you, everyone. Once again, good evening. Namaskar. I'm so happy to see how beautifully it looks, you know, the theme of our nation, that is Janda Uncha Rahe Hamara, Rang Birangi Pyara Pyara, right? आम्ही एवढं छान एकत्र बसतो, बोलतो, भेटतो. मी महाराष्ट्राचा आहे, मी मराठी आहे. आपण ज्यावेळेस बोलतो ना जय महाराष्ट्र, राईट? मग त्याच्यामुळे का मला अभिमान आहे की आपण सर्वजण सर्व भारतीय आहोत, राईट? आपण सर्व भारतीय आहोत. आणि मला ज्यावेळेला आपण शाळेमध्ये प्रतिज्ञा होतो, वेन वी लाईक ना से अ प्लेज इन आवर स्कूल, दॅट इज इंडिया इज माय कंट्री अँड ऑल इंडियन्स आर माय ब्रदर्स अँड सिस्टर्स, राईट? ते शाळेमध्ये बोलताना एवढं त्याला सन्मान असायचा, स्वाभिमान असायचा. भारत माझा देश आहे, सारे भारतीय माझे बांधव आहेत. It's the fact. That is the fact. We are all people. We are the children of the soil of India. We are all children. आपण सर्व एकाच मातीची मुलं आहोत. आणि हा जो भेदभाव हा चालू आहे. माझ्या प्रिय बंधू भगिनींनो, मला हे जे सांगायचं या ठिकाणी, मी खरं तर माझे जे सन्माननीय मित्र आहेत, इम्तियाज गेली का, कुठे गेली इम्तियाज आणि हे, एनिवे, मला जे सांगायचं हे की मनुष्याचे जे अधिकार आहेत ते देवानं दिलेले आहेत. त्याला कोणाला हात लावायचा अधिकार नाहीये. मनुष्य हा देवानं घडवलेला आहे. परंतु आम्ही सर्व कायद्याच्या कचोटीत, कायद्याच्या सचोटीत मध्ये राहून आम्हाला एकमेकाला सहाय्य करणं गरजेचं आहे. आता हा जो प्रकार आहे आपण सर्वांनी पाहिला. आम्ही एकत्र का आलो? सर्वात प्रथम मी तुम्हा सर्वांचे आभारी, आणि मला फार बरं वाटतं की आम्ही सर्व बहीण भावंड आज एकत्र आहोत. आणि माझी विनंती आहे सर्वांना की येथून पुढे देखील प्रत्येक जणांनी हे ऐक्य कायमचं ठेवावं. Somebody taught me day before yesterday, you know, गोयंकार उठून जाय, उठ गोयंकार, राईट? जागा हो, जागा व्हायला पाहिजे. परप्रांतीय माणूस येतो आणि तुमच्या बहीण भावनांमध्ये आग लावून जातो आणि आपण बघत बसतो, अरे ते डॉमिनिकने असं केलं, डॉमिनिकने असं केलं. उद्या तुमच्यावर येईल ना. तो भाऊ आहे आपला, त्याला घटनात्मक अधिकाराची कसोटी झालं, चारी बाजूनी कुंपणे झालं. त्याचा उपयोग करा. त्याला नावं ठेवण्यापेक्षा त्याच्याकडून आशीर्वाद घ्या. नक्कीच परमेश्वर आशीर्वाद देईन. गोवा ही धार्मिक भूमी आहे. आय मीन इफ यू बिलीव्ह दॅट गोवा इज अ ग्रेट ब्लेसिंग स्टेट. People, those they have come against the man of God, people, those they have come against the Pandit, Pujaris and all the spiritual world, they have been cursed. शापात आहेत ते लोक. कशाला त्यांच्या मागे लागताय? देवाचे शाप घेण्यापेक्षा आपण प्रार्थना करू की वेगळ्या समाजाचे लोक आहेत, हिंदू, मुस्लिम, सिख, मी सर्वांचं स्वागत करतो. आपण या ठिकाणी आहोत सर्वांचा सन्मान करायला. जर आपण भारतीय घटनेला जर सन्मान करतो आपण, तर आपलं महत्व हे आहे की आपण आपल्या भावाचा सन्मान करणं गरजेचं आहे. आपल्या शेजारी बसलेली बहीण भावंड आहेत ना, ही गोव्याचे लोक आहेत, परदेय नाही आहेत. हे एकच मातीची मुलं आहेत. परंतु अन्याय कशाला होता? मग पहिला जो आम्ही हे घेतला, हे जे आम्ही हेडिंग घेतलं आहे, सेव्ह गोवा, म्हणजे गोव्याला वाचवा. कशापासून हो? सेव्ह गोवा, वाचवा. कशापासून वाचवायचं? आम्ही जसं वकील लोक बोलतो, आम्हाला 2-3 शब्द असे आमच्या डोक्यात भिनलेले असतात. एन्क्रोचमेंट झालं, ट्रेस पास केला, राईट, असॉल्ट केला. Somebody is encroaching in the constitution of India, in the people of Goa. Please be careful. Don't fight. Goans, don't fight. भावांनो, झगडू नका. Do you believe this? How many of you believe that? Wonderful, right? बोला, तुमच्या शेजारी बोला, भांडू नको भावा, भांडू नको बहिणी. आम्ही गोव्यांचे पूत आहोत. मला माहिती आहे गोवन किती मी बोललो, कसा बोललो, परंतु माझी खात्री तुम्हाला समजलं, राईट? तर मला आपल्या सर्वांना नम्र विनंती, मी जास्ती वेळ घेत नाहीये, परंतु आपल्या सर्वांना सांगायचं की हा जो संकाळचा इश्यू आहे, चर्चचा इश्यू आहे, देवाचा विश्व आहे, हा घटनेप्रमाणे ते त्याचं नियंत्रण करण्यासाठी सरकार जबाबदार आहे, सरकार कार्यरत आहे. आपण तुम्ही त्यांना द्या ना, तुम्ही कशाला आता इलेक्शन आलं, अमुक आहे धमुक आहे, ते बाजूला ठेवा. पहिलं पापी पेटका सवाल, अन्न वस्त्र निवारण बघा पहिल्यांदा, आपल्या बहीण भावंडाच्या गरजा तरी बघा पहिल्यांदा. आणि त्याच्यासाठी हे जे आम्ही जो प्रोटेस्ट केलं, हा प्रोटेस्ट अशासाठी आहे की आपल्या गोव्यामध्ये शांती असावी. हे जे आंदोलन आहे, आम्ही उग्रवादी आहोत, आम्ही शांतीचे लोक आहोत, आम्ही शांती करणारे लोक. वी आर पीपल ऑफ पीस. वी वॉन्ट टू सी दॅट गोवा इज इन पीस. वेदर इट्स हिंदू, मुस्लिम, सिख, ईसाई, हम सब सारे भाई भाई. आम्ही शाळेमध्ये स्लोगन द्यायचो पूर्वी, परंतु आता आम्हाला ही वेळ आली आहे. वी नीड टू बी व्हेरी प्रॅक्टिकल. कोणी जरी असलं आपल्या या ठिकाणी, आपले जे काही इश्यू आहेत, we are there for you. Goa Christian Federation is a united front to help you all, to stand firm with you, whoever you are. We are there to stand by you, to say that we love you and your all rights are reserved under the human rights. We are people of God. You know, Goa फक्त तिथं ओ ए काढून टाका, तिथं डी लावून टाका, गॉड झालं गोवा. You know, it's a very good say in Gita, you know, की एक फार छान एक स्तोत्र आहे ह्याच्यामध्ये, की आम्ही सारे आत्म्यानं बनवलेले लोक आहोत, आम्ही परमात्म्यानं घडवलेले लोक आहोत. दॅट्स ट्रू. एव्हरीबडी रिली स्पीक्स अबाउट द स्पिरिट ऑफ गॉड. सो वी डू. इट्स अप टू यू whether to believe this or that. Let us not discriminate each other. Let us respect each other. That's what we are here. Then when there was a very good issue of Kabristan, that has been brought together for, is not only the Kabristan issue, is not only for Mapsa people, this South Goa, for this Kabristan issue there at South Goa, but it is also an issue for Christian community in Mapsa. I got so many highlights, I got so many inputs, but unless you people come together, we cannot resolve it. If we keep on fighting with each other, this is going to be a big chaos. हा मोठा काय होणार आहे, गोंधळ होणार आहे. हा गोंधळ घडवण्यापेक्षा सरकारला माझी विनंती आहे, सर्व गोव्याच्या सरकारला माझी विनंती, आम्ही तुमच्यावर प्रेम करतो, आमच्यासाठी प्रार्थना करतो. सर्व पोलीस वर्गाला आम्ही धन्यवाद देतो त्यांच्या सहकार्याबद्दल. सर्व प्रकारच्या या सरकारी कर्मचाऱ्यांना आम्ही धन्यवाद देतो त्यांच्या सहकार्याबद्दल. पण तुम्हाला हे सांगू इच्छितो की कोणावर अन्याय होऊ नये म्हणून त्यांना विश्वासात घ्या. शेवटी सरकार आपलंच आहे. हे सर्व बोलून मी जास्ती वेळ घेत नाही. मी इथं वेळ संपतो कारण आम्हाला कलेक्टर साहेबांशी इथं जायचं आहे. हे आपल्याला जे मेमोरंडम आहे ते वाचून तुम्हाला दाखवणार आहे. तुम्हाला विचारल्याशिवाय कोणत्याही प्रकारचं प्रोटेस्ट आम्ही असं हे करू शकत नाही. आणि म्हणून माझी खात्री आहे की अशा वेळेला पुष्कळ वेळेला तुम्ही या आमच्या मुवमेंटला मदत करत राहाल. आमची इच्छा आहे की गोव्याचं सरकार आशीर्वादित राहावं, शांत राहावं आणि प्रत्येकाला सहकार समन्वयाची भावना त्यांनी निर्माण करावी. Let Goa be totally set in oneness, in unity, integrity, in harmony. That is what we are trying to place before you all and to the government. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Advocate Vikas. I call upon Father Kaitan Fernandez, the parish priest of Purvarin Church, to read the memorandum, and after which he will also propose the vote of thanks.
मोगाळ बाबा भयणानो, आम्ही हांगासर एकठांय जाल्यार as one front, Christian front. It is not Catholic Church or Seven Pillar Church or Methodist Church or Flowing River Church. We Christians as one front, okay, one united front. That's why this name, Goa Christian Federation, and in the name of Goa Christian Federation, we are going to place this memorandum before our authorities. We, the citizens of Goa, having a fundamental right under Article 19 of the Constitution of India, unitedly resolve as under to submit memorandum of the peace protest as under: 1. That we have sought the Honorable Collector of North Goa, Panjim, along with a copy of the agitation to inform the Honorable Collector Dr. Sneha Gitte of North Goa and the District Magistrate that the fundamental rights of the minority community have been deprived and that government powers are being used to victimize the minority community. Therefore, number 2, therefore, in order to draw the attention of the government authorities to major issues affecting the minority community in Goa, who are being deprived by the current ruling dispensation, we have decided to schedule a peace protest between 13 to 15 January 2024 under the leadership of the Church of Goa and the minority community to draw the attention of the Collector, the Chief Minister, and the police authorities of Goa under Article 19 of the Constitution. Number 3, to preserve Goa's reputation and avoid a traffic jam during the Purple Feast, we have postponed our planned protest with the peace rally at Azad Maidan on January 15, 2024, in order to obtain all necessary permissions from various departments in order to carry out our grievances. Number 4, that as citizens of India and residents of Goa, we have lived in peace and harmony for many years with all communities without any discrimination or divisions and happily enjoyed our fundamental rights in the past. But recently it has been discovered that under the influence of the ruling government, attempts at religious polarization against Christians, Muslims and other minor communities have been fostered, depriving them of their privileges and fundamental rights. Number fundamental rights, then we have A, that sensitive issues such as Sankwala Church, a particular group of people violating the actual judicial issue behind the personal gains fostering discrimination under the religious colors. It is mere attempt only before the election to create the heat and make it an issue of law and order while victimizing the local worshippers of the Sankwala Church. It is certainly humiliation and violation of human rights. B, churches in South Goa and North Goa are lacking the cemetery issues. The municipal offices already have received orders from the Human Rights Commission that the provision of the cemetery should be made available by the local civil body. C, in South Goa, the Muslim community has been kept on the false assurance of granting them a Qabristan for a long time. But the government or the local body does not seem to have any interest or care to provide them a Qabristan, which seems rather suspicious. Whether the admeasuring land for the Qabristan is actually available or not is yet to be determined. D, criminal action against the Christian priest. Pastor Dominic D'Souza and his wife, Mrs. Goan D'Souza, was illegally framed with false charges without any investigation, and they were made victims. Pastor Dominic and his wife, being the dignified priests of the Christian community, many people have been blessed through their noble social and spiritual activities for the betterment of the society. Whereas the inappropriate and illegal application of ruling government has made them victims of false charges, and they have filed FRI depriving them of the fundamental and human rights. So much so that without any criminal records, evidence or convictions against them, and that even the matters pending in the court were not verified, and instead fabricated reports and facts were placed before the police, leading to his wrongful arrest early morning at 3:30 on 1st January 2024. It is a total violation of Constitution of India and targeting the conspiring Christian leaders and the community. Does the Constitution of India support the procedure of externment against the priests, sadhus or mullahs and release the criminals free at lance in a community? Are the police given authority or mastered by the ruling party so much to apply inhuman victimization of the innocents to crave unconventional benefits. Number 5, overall to say that the land of Goa, although blessed through the Christian community, especially in the arena of the revenue through holy shrines, churches and tourism, they have been targeted only for the sake to create a vote bank under a scheme of polarization through religious discrimination. Number 6, and all the other minority communities also face the same experience of negligence and intentional ignorance, to be victimized as always. 7, therefore, with the memorandum of peace protest, this is to essentially place these demands to immediately resolve within 60 days from the date of this protest as under: A, issue directions to the government officers and civil authorities to provide and make it available the place for cemetery to Christian community and protect their rights to a dignified burial. B, issue directions to find out the dimensions of actual Kabristan land issue for the Muslim community and help them acquire the sanctioned land for their right to a dignified burial. C, issue directions to find out actual available land out of the sanctioned land by the orders of the Honorable High Court. D, take strict action against the officers who have filed fabricated complaints against the Christian priest, Pastor Dominic and his wife. E, revoke the externment Taripar procedures against the priests of the Christian community of Goa and cancel all the false and fabricated proceedings against him. F, put an end to religious discrimination while legal action against the antagonists. G, arrest the actual culprit from Tamil Nadu who has filed bogus complaint against the pastor and his wife. Number 8, to defend and demonstrate our fundamental rights, we have maintained silence, that is peace, law and order, and have followed all the necessary legal procedures to protest in peace. 9, as a result of the failure to resolve and issue protective orders providing security to the minority community and protecting their civil and fundamental rights, the Goan Christian Federation will raise its voice with a stern form of protest and a widespread movement throughout the state of Goa, and will also bring the bodies of the dead before the government offices unless the cemetery and the Kabristan are provided. Number 10, failure to take action against the officers who drafted bogus charges against the priest and his wife will result in a protest of the uncommon nature of sensitive manners. Looking forward to resolve the above matter within the rights we enshrine in the Constitution, with a priority to protect the civil, human and fundamental rights of the citizens, providing them security and independence, and to live in peace. Herewith, we the members of the United Front of Goa Christian Federation and other minority members place our signatures as below. The Executive Committee of Goa Christian Federation and minority civilians as below, and the signatures will be sent. So this is the memorandum that we will place before the authorities. I know we are getting a little late. Okay, the last 5 minutes. पहिले स्वाती तुमकां सगल्यांक आमी काळजांतान देव बरें करूं म्हणटा, कित्याक वेळ काडून तुमी हांगासर आयल्यात. It's not easy to come on a working day here in this place. But because we all believe that we are children of God, and because we all believe that we are one community, we have come here together. So thank you for your time, thank you for your patience and your support in this peace protest. Our thanks goes on Dev Bore Kuru Munda Kirit Bashin Corporation of the City of Panjim for the permission that was granted to us to use this Azad Maidan. Our thanks also to District Magistrate North Goa, Panjim Goa. Our thanks to Panjim Police, Traffic Police, Panjim Town Police, There are persons in charge of the garden, supervisors. We also thank them. A very special thanks to 3 persons. Okay, Father Savio Fernandez, the president of the Goa Christian Federation, you have seen him. Then we have Advocate Vikas Wagmare and Advocate John Samuel, who also spoke here. Now these 3 persons, with the executive committee members and some pastors, they worked hard to give out the information, to give out the call, to call you for this protest, peace protest, and at the same time seek all the necessary permissions. It's a lot of running to be done, and they have done it with a lot of love and joy, not only for the Christian community, but for the good of the humanity. So I would like to sincerely thank all of you. My dear friends, what separates us is very, very less than what unites us. It is God who unites us, and these are the occasions we need to use to be united, irrespective of the community, ecclesial community that we belong to. We are all God's children, we all believe in God, and we come here as one united Christian front, Goa Christian Federation. And any time there is any sort of problem, we need to come as one community that is loving peace, at the same time community that is also demanding for their constitutional rights. So thank you very much for coming here. A special thanks to all the pastors. So many of them have worked silently. So I would like to thank all of them, the media, those who worked hard with the placards, and जो जायतो दुसरो वावर केला सगळ्यांक देव बरें करूं, देवान आमचेर सगळ्यांचेर आपलो आशीर्वाद घालूं. थँक यू.
Jai Goa. South and North. Bola Jai Goa. Great, that's it. See, we are not a spiritual or religious this thing. How many of you like this event? कितने लोगों ने आवडले है? ठीक है. Unfortunately, Mr. Mateen Abdul is a great man. He's supposed to preach over here. He knows all the details about the Kabristan issue. He's the one who has helped me to come up with all these issues, and grateful to you. Mateen ji, please खड़े रहिएगा. मैं सबके सामने कृपया will just give him a big clap. He's a great revolutionary. And Imtiaz bhai, Imtiaz na, he's Imtiaz, very nice. Yeah, blessings to you. Okay. Now, I'm so happy. I'm happy to see everybody has their mouth are busy now. But after this thing is totally come down, next to you, left and right, my volunteers have placed some nicely black flowers there. You just have to put up all the garbage therein. Those are the garbage bags. Please do not this thing. Now, before I move ahead, we have a very great personality in our midst. I just forgot this thing. Honorable ex-MLA, Mr. Agnello Fernandez. We'll give a big clap offering to him. Actually, we had to reduce so many preachers and speakers, because of this thing, because of the compliance and the constraints of all the permissions, and it is delayed. Now that we had to run away to Mrs. Geete, the collector of Goa, to submit. So we are so honorable that he is with us. आम्हाला फार मोठा अभिमान आहे की ते आमच्यामध्ये आहेत. I would request all the committee to please come. Father Savio, Father Kaitan, Pastor Altino, Jason. Yeah, Pastor, please come. Then Father Mavik is there. Please come. Yes. See, we all are of one group. We do not have any discrimination. Let people of Goa know. We do not have any, we are one now. Should we all give a big clap to these gentlemen? See. Yeah, please come up. Please come up. Please come up. Yes. And yes. Yes, Jason. Just, yeah, very good. Please come. Please come. These are all, please. Father Marvik was there. Is he there? Yeah. Okay. Yes. So we all want to bless you together. It is to bring peace to Goa. No humiliation, no violence. We are sons and daughters of the soil, not second-class citizens. I thought your hands or mouth are still busy. All right? You should be so happy. We are sons and daughters of the... Come on. अरे मैंने पहले गलती से वड़ा पाव पहले दिया. महाराष्ट्र से आना मैं तो Okay. So, we will not tolerate any injustice or intolerance. May God bless you. I would request you all to give a good applause to them, and I make sure that we all are one. Now, maybe this media people, I would like to request you to this thing. You may have to change this. You have got all the placards in your hands. I would request all those people from behind row by row to just stand up, and maybe media people can take your full access to that. लोकशाहीची हत्या थांबवा बोला संकवाचर सरकारची जोखीम. Okay, there are so many placards. Everyone, I'm really happy to see your hands. Now, as you are carrying row by row, I would request you to please walk into your right, and this side please walk into your left, and hand over your placard very peacefully. God bless you. I would request Honorable Agnello Fernandez to please come up and give a bite for us. Please come. Give a big clap.
Thank you. Reverend Fathers and Sisters, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to tell you what is happening at the Five Pillars Church, what the government is trying to do. They are not targeting Dominic. They are targeting every minority group that is here. If you go to the United States, Washington DC, there is a museum, Holocaust Museum, Memorial Museum. After all the exhibits, there is one exhibit there, which is the words of a German pastor, Martin Neumüller. It says, that is a part of the exhibit, it's written on the wall. First they came for the socialists. I didn't speak a word because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the unionists. I didn't speak a word because I was not a unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I didn't speak a word because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and by that time there was nobody to speak for me. I'm happy to see all of you. Because all this time when something was happening to Pastor, we were quiet. When something was happening in Sankaule, only people from Sankaule were taking up the issue. And it is not that the Hindus are getting justice. The father of Siddhi Naik is still crying for justice there. In this land of ours, nobody is getting justice. It is not just the Catholics and the minorities, even the Hindus, the downtrodden, they are not getting justice. What is the sin of Pastor Dominic? They put drugs cases, sound. In my coastal belt, drugs are going on every day. The sound pollution is going on every day. No externment for them. But a pastor who is preaching his own religion, as everybody has told you all, which is the right given by the Constitution, he is being externed for doing what? I mean, again, I'm very happy to see that all of us have come together, Hindus, Muslims, Catholics. We are children of one God. We are children of Goa. Let's keep this unity going. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are obliged, highly. Now, we all are moving towards Honorable Collector. You may please, I want maybe we can please proceed. No, the committee.
As the members of the committee are heading to take the honorable memorandum to the honorable collector, I would request you all to please be seated, and we can perhaps row by row come in and hand over our placards very peaceably to our volunteers. I call upon all the volunteers to come here. All the volunteers, please come to my right and to my left at the ends so that the placards can be handed over peacefully. I request you all to please, if you have any food item, any plate or anything, we will keep garbage bags. Let us not litter. Let us be responsible citizens. This will also be the time that we'll the committee members who are here would like to speak to the media and answer any questions that they may have. And to the rest of you, please sit, and if you've not had any refreshments, the same will be served. And please don't litter. And we thank you all for coming. God bless you all.
सर अजी बैठ गया सर बैठ गए मोदी येतात अक्षय फाटण लोक एक्सक्यूज मी सर अक्षय राव नो फाटण लोक गोवा क्रिश्चियन फेडरेशनाचे आयज पीसफूल प्रोटेस्ट रायट्साचेर ते आले मिटींग तेजे तुमकां कितें सांगचे दिसता
I am not a member of the association. I have come as a supporter of the association because the atrocities that are happening आमच्या लोकांचेर मायनॉरिटीजाचेर पळय एट्रोसिटीज जाता हे फॉल्स केसीस घालता ट्रायन टू स्टॉप देम फ्रॉम द कॉन्स्टिट्युशनल रायट तेका लागून येयले आनी आज कॅथलिकूच येवना एक्चुअली पळयल्यार जर मुस्लिमूय आहा हांगा हिंदूय आहा आनी सगळे बारीक लोकांचेर एट्रोसिटीज जाता हे टार्गेट करता नॉट ओन्ली डॉमिनिकाचेर चालू केला बट लायक आय सेड बिफोर इट इज टार्गेटींग ऑल मायनॉरिटीज सांकावले वयशेले थिंगा आनी बांगडी करता पायकुलाचे शोले थिंगा करता आनी बारीक बारीक कॅथलीक आहा बारीक लोक आहा तेंचेर एट्रोसिटी करता हो एक एफोर्ट चालू केला पयले दिसताले क्रिस्तांव मदीं फूट आहा म्हणून पेस्टर्स आहा पळय तेंचे बरी सद्ये कॅथलीक ना म्हणून आतां हो एकवट दाखोवपाक सगळे एकठांय येयले आनी आमच्या बरोबर सगळे धर्माचे मनीस आसा सगळे धर्मांक पळय कोणाक त्रास आसा तितले सगळे लोक आसा
सो तेंच्यान डिमांड केला विथीन 6 days रिजॉल्व करचें म्हणून तुमकां दिसता जातलें म्हणून विथीन 6 days
डिमांड केला 6 days पासून चड दिसताले कित्याक 6 days जाय आमी टायम दिला तो जायना जाल्यार आमी फुडें वयतले आमकां सदांच कॅथलिकांक वोट बँक कशें यूज केले बारीक हिंदूंक वोट बँक कशें यूज केले सो हे पळय मॅनिपुलेशन आहा तें बंद जावंक जाय
थँक्यू
You can please speak to Mr. Matthew Almeida. He had a viral video recently where he shared about this. Please, sir, start.
Basically, म्हाका हितून legality all कोण नाही. But as per the constitution, as per after 1947, 15th August, with respect to Sankhwal Church, need not be only Sankhwal Church, any other religious structure, it is an open and shut case. Clear-cut case is there. Other than the Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid issue, the rest all structures will be there as status quo. There will be no digging and no research underneath any other religious structures. That's all. So there is no question of trying to dig and find out whether there is a stone of a temple or a masjid or a church. Stop it. This has to stop somewhere. Otherwise this will continue and continue. And please don't misunderstand or underestimate Christians that we are not tolerant. We are more tolerant than anybody else who speaks about our intolerance. We are so tolerant that more than 134 families has been displaced in Tumba, where the Christian minorities has even offered to give 90 acres of property for the sake of bigger glory of India for science and research. For example, that Vikram Sarabhai Space Center and Indian Space Research Organization, from where the rocket were launched from the geocentric place, which was found to be idle for launching of the rockets, and the Christian community along with their fisher folks willingly gave some 90 acres of land. So nobody should question our integrity anymore here. देव बरें करूं.
सांकोली चर्चाचें न्हू 18 जानेवारीक इन्स्पेक्शन आहा, सो तेजेर तुमकां कितें सांगचें दिसता?
कितें?
सांकोली चर्च आहा पळय तेजें 18 जानेवारी इन्स्पेक्शन आहा, सो तेजेर तुमकां कितें सांगचें दिसता?
See, पळय ते इन्स्पेक्शन आहा ते सगळे अंडर इन्फ्लुअन्स दे कॅन डू मेनी थिंग्स, बट सिंपल गो बॅक टू द 1947 आफ्टर 15th August. There is no question of trying to dig and find out what is there under the religious structure which is already existing. If this happens, so every church and every temple will have to be excavated. How deep are you going to go? This is a dictatorial practice where they try to go deeper and deeper into the wounds. This is what they are doing. How deep you will go? Below the church there will be a temple. If I tell you to dig further, where do you dig? You will find the Buddhist temple. Dig further, you may find the Aurangzeb's house there. How deep are we going to go? Where is the end? Is there a detail given that we should dig only 30 meters or 3 kilometers? So how deep? The question remains there. When the constitution says everything is status quo with respect to the religious structures, the story is completely closed.
Thank you. When I got the news of Pastor Dominic's arrest, now I am a very fervent Catholic, and usually we have this idea in Goa, like, believers separate, Catholics separate. But looking at the eyes of Constitution, all of us have the freedom to practice our religion and conduct our religious worship. So he was in his church, आनीक कोण भायलो येता, त्याच्या घरान घुसता आनी ताचेरूच कंप्लेन मारता. This is something illogical. And what is much more disgusting is the police filing petition for externment. That is disgusting. This is even illogical. गोंयकारांकूच तो गोंयचो भायर मारता without even showing any evidence that something like forced conversion happened. Conversion is made an issue at the national level for a very long time, and God forbid it had not entered Goa so much. आता ते भितर सोदता हें कित्याक जाता तें आमकां गमोंक जाय. आनी कन्वर्जन हें उतर म्हणटात जाल्यार सगल्यांक राग येता. कितें जाता, कन्वर्जन ह्या उतराचो मिनींग दुसरोच केल्लो आसा, क्रायम कशें केल्लें आसा. पयलीं जरी तर क्रिमिनल जावंक जाय. इफ कन्वर्जन इज अ क्रायम, देन इज डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर, हू कन्वर्टेड फ्रॉम हिंदुइजम टू बुद्धिजम. Each one of us had our own reasons, had our own belief system. आमचे बिलीफ जे आसा चेंज जायत रावतात, be it scientific belief, be it religious belief. And since our constitution provides us that freedom to believe in what we want, all these type of things should be kept away. All of us know very clear this is all happening because of politics. Because certain people want to control things, and they know that religion plays a very big role when it comes as a deciding factor when the voters cast their vote. So religious belief does do that. पण आमच्या गोंयांत जे हिंदू क्रिस्तांव आहात, आयज पासून कितलीं जाण आमची हिंदू भाव भयणां आसात, इगोजेनी वयतात, हिंगा थिंगा मागण्यांक वयतात, पूण आपूण हिंदू कशी आपलो धर्म पाळटात. जायते क्रिस्तांवूय आसात, आमी हिंदुआंच्या तांच्या फेस्टिवलांक वयतात, मुस्लिमांच्या फेस्टिवलाक वयतात, पूण क्रिस्तांव कशे आजून आमी आमचो क्रिस्तांव धर्म पाळटात. आमी एकामेकाच्या परबांनी वयतात. काय बरें जालां, कुंकळे गांवांत आतां जालां, पादी घरान देवळाच्या कमिटीक इन्विटेशन दिलें इगोजेच्या फेस्ताक यो म्हूण, देवळाच्या कमिटीन पादी घराक इन्विटेशन दिलें देवळाचे जात्रेक यो म्हूण. हें काय बरें आमचे शांतीन जेवपाचें आमचें मान्य जें आसा, आमची चाल जी आसा गोंयकारांची, ती सांबाळून दवरूंक जाय. असले नाका जाल्ले इव्हेंट येतात आनी लोक मागीर ते पॉलिटिसायज करून राग आनी दुयेंस घालतात. दे स्प्रेड हेट्रेड टू दीस. इट डिस्ट्रॉयज द पीसफूल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ गोवा. सो आवर प्रेयर to the politicians, to the people of Goa is, let us not mix religion with politics. Thank you.
दिसता की हे सगळे जे जाता जे गोंयकार उणे आहा आनी भायले चड जाले.
पळय अशें आहा कितें जाणा, when I am interacting with people, people are given misinformation, be it history, be it meanings of connotation like secularism. If you see secularism, लोकांक दिसता secularism तुवें सगळ्या देवांक मानूंक जाय. That is not the meaning of secularism. Secularism is, under the eyes of the government is not going to give any preference to any religion. But syncretism, religious syncretism, which means a person has belief in multiple religious belief, that is given the notion of secularism. This is only one example. Like that, regarding history of Goa also, a lot of misunderstanding is being spread. हें कित्याक जाता, आमचें शिक्षण उणें आहा. दुसऱ्या गांवचो लोक येवन हिंगा येवन नाका जाल्लें कोत्ता तें जाल्लेंच आसा. पूण आमचे गोंयकारूच जे आहा न्हू, शिकप उणें जाल्लें आहा. There is no taste in youngsters today for academic research. तांकां सोदून काडपाचें, रिसर्च करपाचें, फुडें शिकपाची ही आस गेल्ली आसा. कित्याक पयले सुवातेर आमचो लोक गरीब आसा. बेगीन बेगीन पयसो करूंक जाय. बेगीन बेगीन पयसो करूंक जाय. कितें करतात, फास्ट फास्ट कितें शिकपाचें आसा तें करतात. बेगीन बेगीन बोटीर धांवतात नाल्यार पोर्तुगेज पासपोर्ट करून भायर वयतात. चड पयशे करूंक जाय म्हणून. हितून कितें शिकपाचेर मार बसता. आनी आमचें एड्युकेशन सिस्टमूय आसा तें इम्प्रूव जावंक जाय. भायल्या येवन ते जी मेंटॅलिटी आसा जी भायल्या देशांनी चडशे नॉर्दर्न स्टेट्स जे आसात जे धर्माच्या नांवार डिस्क्रिमिनेशन करतात ते जाल्लेंच आसा. हाचेरूय आमी भर घालूंक जाय.
On behalf of the committee, I have been asked to give a short press bite of the executive committee of the Goa Christian Federation. We thank the media for covering this event, and it's so heartening to see Catholic brethren, Protestant brethren, Muslim brethren, Hindu brethren all coming together. See, the whole purpose behind the Goa Christian Federation, it's an association of Catholics, Protestants, believers, all people from different groups, but we are one. We are coming together. This is the time where, thanks to the effortless work of Father Savio Maverick, Father Kaita, Advocate Vikas, Pastor Altino, everybody who is involved, we have come together and to make three major submissions. The first is the issue of Sankwal Church, which is a non-issue and just being raked up in the name of dividing us when there is no division. The second is the issue of the Qabristan that has been denied for far too long to our Muslim brethren, and as well as burial grounds that are denied in the south and everywhere else. The third issue is the one that is right before us today, and that is that of Pastor Dominic and Sister Joan. The Honorable High Court had struck down the illegal 144 orders that had been imposed on them. With no material, all of the material before them was wrong, and the Honorable High Court in its wisdom had struck it down because they understood and recognized it as a grave, blatant violation of his rights. You're preventing somebody from worshipping in his own home. As if that were not bad enough, today what they are trying to do is they're trying to remove him from his home. You're not only not letting him worship in his own home, you're trying to remove him, put him to the south of Goa. Tomorrow you'll say let him be removed from the south also. Is this a joke? Don't we have rule of law? The fact of the matter is the data is there before the police. And to speak more about this, I would like to refer to a member of their assembly to talk about this, about all of the proof that they have brought. And despite all of that, they're still facing persecution today. Despite all of the proof in their favor, you've even had cases against them that are produced before the collector, where the matter has been closed with an apology from the other side. Not only are they acquitted, the other side has apologized for putting a false case. These are the facts. The facts were before the Honorable High Court. The Honorable High Court, because of that, has struck it down, and I'm sure it will strike down even any orders that have been passed, any recommendations. So I'd like to hand over the floor.
एक पयली सुवाते मोना येता आमी लोकशायेंची येता एक हुकुमशायेंची येता कित्या गोंया भितर आर्टिकल्सा प्रमाणे 25/28 प्रमाणे कोणाच्यानूय खूंय कोणाकूय मानूस जाता आनी उतर परगोड करपा जाता. आतां कोणू तर उतर परगोड करता आपणागे इगोजी आपणागे सोबे भितर जाल्यारू तेजेर फॉल्स एलिगेशन घायन तेका कलेक्टरा ऑर्डर दिन तेका अरेस्ट कोताय. पास्टर डॉमिनिका केलो एक फादर बॉलबॅक्स आपणागे इगोजी रावन उलयता तेजेर वयल्यान एसेंब्ली पासून बोवाळ केली. हे कितें क्रिस्तांवाचे सारके हत्याच्या क्रिस्तांवान कितले म्हूण टॉलरेट करून रावपाचें. डॉमिनिकाचे एज करून गेल्यार ब्लॅक मॅजीक केल्या आनी ब्लॅक मॅजीक पवित्र पुस्तकां भितर हांव मागता तेमकां विचाराय पवित्र पुस्तकां भितर बायबलां भितर ब्लॅक मॅजीक खंय करपाक शिकयलो आहा ना म्हूण तांकां विचाराय. ब्लॅक मॅजीक कोत्तोल्या कोचार कितकी जाय पडटाय ते तांकां मेळ्ळाय मेळ जाल्यार आमी दाखोवया मिडिया थ्रू आमी दाखोवया लोकांक कॉलनी आनी विच क्राफ्ट केलो आहा. हे फॉल्स एलिगेशन हे सगळे आमच्या प्रवाद्यांक क्रिस्ती प्रवाद्यांचेर येता एकूच. एकला फादर बॉलमॅक्सान एक हे खूंय पावला गोंय आमगेले. हांव इतलें म्हणटा क्रिस्तांवांक आमकां एक आमी शांतीन जियेता आमी कोणाको झगडपा आमी खूंय एक पार्टी पासून केन्ना कोणाको झगडलो नाय ना आमी कसलें आमगे एश कोन हें ना. शांतीन देवागे उतर परगट करपाचें आनी शांतीन जियोपाचें. आतां सगल्या कडेन बोल ते आतांच कित्याक इतलें वच केन्ना आयकून दिसेल ना आतांच कित्याक हांव मागता प्लीज आमकां एक शांती जाय गोंया भितर. शांती सांकवाळे बसलो कडेन त्याच उस्पिताय पुर्तुगेज 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 वचून मेळ्ळे पुर्तुगेज आमचे स्वतंत्र जाले 1960. आत वयर काडे कितें हूंय लाई इलेक्शनाची गोल मालू आं पोत डॉमिनिका अरेस्ट कोताय ताका एक पाट धाडलो कांय ना ताका लिगल ताका म्हळ्यार कांय ना ताची केस कसली ना वसाय म्हूण तरी पूण ताचे पूत अरेस्ट केले केसो जालें.